Hey guys, Ladero here today, and we are going to be taking a deep dive into Airbnb rule sets. So here we go. Okay, so we're back. Now on the screen, what you guys can see, I've already logged into my Airbnb account, and we're looking at some of my listings here. And what we're going to be looking at today, we focus right here on the right hand side, we're going to be looking at Airbnb's rule sets. So some of you may ask, what is a rule set? A rule set, the way I like to look at it, is an additional tool that Airbnb has developed for us hosts who have 6 listings or more. We can go in and highlight a particular set of dates and make some minute changes. We can offer discounts, we can make it a one-night stay, a multiple night stay mandatory, or we can stop people from checking in or checking out on a certain day without having to affect and change the entire listing. So again, this is a tool that is located inside of the Airbnb platform directly. And if you guys, like me, are using other pricing tools, then you don't have to do this. But I will show you this because it is a great tool if you have not graduated to using a pricing tool just yet. So how we create these Airbnb rule sets, first of all, I'm going to say it again, you need at least a minimum of 6 listings before this feature is unlocked on the Airbnb platform. So if we look at the screen over here on the right, we have a column that says rule sets, and it has a list of items in here. These are some that I have already added. Don't worry, we'll be adding some together, but I just want to let you guys at least know where you see it. And this, again, is only available to those hosts who have the multi-calendar feature. And also, to get the multi-calendar feature, you need to have a minimum of 6 listings on your Airbnb account. So this is how we go ahead and create it. If this does not pop up for you when you log in, there's a little arrow here on the side, and click that and it opens the screen. And if that still doesn't work for you, another way to get here is to randomly highlight a set of dates, and once this little configuration pops up over here, there's a section that says rule sets. You can click on the drop down menu, and if you already have some, great, but if not, you can just click add rule set, and it pops up this particular menu here. So the way I'm going to actually go ahead and do this is go back to the multi-calendar screen and click create a new rule set. So we're going to create quite a few of these together just so they are in my account. We rarely ever use these, again, because I do use external pricing software that does a lot of this for me. But if I have to come in and make a really quick change and I'm on the road and I only have my phone with me and I don't have a great signal, I at least have this as an option in my arsenal to use. So what I'm going to do here is pull up my list, and we're going to go off of that list. We're going to create 1 or 2 together, and then I'll fast forward through so you guys can until the entire list is built. So it looks like the last one I created over here was a 30% discount at 2 nights. Okay, so before I create the next one, let's walk through this specific page here. So what we see we're in the rule set. So right here, this is where we would name our rule set. You can put whatever you want. As you guys can see over here on my side, I name it based on what I'm giving or what action I'm taking. And we'll walk through that example. And then next to it, you can select a color that you want to have associated with that rule set. And then down below, there's a pricing section. You can click on all of these and customize every single field. And below that, there's the availability. And then you simply save it. So let's go through and make this together. So right now, what I'm going to do is make a 25% discount, but is also going to have a 2-night minimum. So 2-night minimum. Whoa, 2-night minimum. And this is the way I name these so I can see exactly what they are without having to click into it and look at what the rule set is doing. So, and with me, I do like to categorize all of my rule sets by color. So anytime I'm given a percentage discount plus I'm requiring a mandatory amount of nights, I categorize that personally in yellow. That's just a system I created, nothing special about that. Just so when I look at my calendar, I see yellow, I'm like, okay, there's a discount and there's always going to be a 2-night minimum stay because that's the way I've designed it. So with this, so let's break this down. So I'm going to give a 25% discount. So under pricing, let's go to the nightly price, click customize, And right here, we're going to enter 25% because that's what I'm saying up here. And we're going to click on discount. And then second part of this, I'm requiring a 2-night minimum. But down here under availability, the trip length, what I'm going to do is select 2-night minimum stay under the minimum. And I'm going to leave the maximum the same. I'm not going to select anything else. And I'm going to click save. And boom. So what it did is whenever time it put it in this list over here, and so every time you create a new rule set, it puts it up top. But for right now, I'm going to go through and finish creating the rest of these rule sets where I'm given a discount or requiring a specific length of stay. Okay, we're back. So I went through and I added all of the discounts that I'm offering that's requiring a 2-night minimum stay. As we can see here, I have those highlighted. But let's say you put in a rule set that you no longer want or you want to change it, you can definitely click on the edit button here and either go in and make the necessary changes that you want, or if you want to delete it, scroll all the way to the bottom of this box and click delete rule set. It'll confirm that you want to delete it and let you know that any listings that this applies to will be removed. So click delete and boom, we're done. See, it disappeared off the list over here. Now that I've completed that, which I'm going to call my yellow section, which is a percentage discount plus a minimum night stay, what I'm going to do next is go through and start doing just the discounts that I offer in percentages without requiring a minimum night stay. So the first thing we're going to do is just because I like to have things in a stacking order, I'm going to do a 30% discount, and I'm going to label this one purple. Again, that's just my choice of colors, because when I see that, I instantly know that we're given certain type of offer for that day. And so right here, just like last time, I'm going to put 30%, click decrease, and I'm not going to set any other customizations because I'm only offering a 30% discount. Then I'll click save. And as I do some more of these, I'll talk to you guys why I would offer these kind of a discount in the first place. Because someone's like, whoa, you offer 30% discount? You bet I do. When I am in a situation where we have vacant days coming up, let's say I have 2 vacant days and then there's a booking. Those are known as orphan days. And so when these orphan days exist, my pricing software does kick in and start offering discounts. And sometimes, depending on the season we're in, those discounts can be extreme just for the first day, which on our calendar is generally going to be a Monday, Tuesday, because those are our slower book days. And with doing that, it decreases the amount being charged for that night, which sends a signal to Airbnb to like, hey, prices have dropped. And then I get some interest and people will generally book those 2 days. And that's either if I do a discount this way, where I'm just offering a percentage discount, or I offer a percentage discount plus a mandatory night minimum. So that's a trick that I like to use. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these quickly, and then we'll hop back in. Okay, perfect. Now we're back. So I have updated my entire list, and I've gone all the way starting at a 5% discount, which increases to a 30% discount just given. That's the purple section. And then over here I have the yellow section, which is really hard to see on screen. But these are my percentage discounts plus required nights. And then we have in the blue section here, I have what I like to call, if I'm going to I'm not going to change prices, but I'm going to require minimum 2-night or 3-night stays. And honestly, I rarely implement those. And that's if, let's say for instance, there's a holiday coming up like a 4th of July, just so I don't get people that's coming to party or things like that, I will impose a 2-night or minimum night stay just in that small chunk of time, which does not affect my entire listing. And then the next thing that we're going to talk about right here is it's supposed to be red. I guess it's kind of a light pink, but that's red. My red rule set. This is something that I probably have done once ever. And this is called the Orphan Night Weekend Lifted, because on my listings, I don't know what's wrong with Airbnb right now. This is not formatting correctly, so I can't even see the days of the week up top unless I click on into an individual listing. But let's do this one. Maybe. Okay, so when I'm inside my calendar, and if all of my listings require a 2-night stay on the weekend. So if I get a booking that's a Friday, like say for instance, if this booking continued all the way until Friday, and this next one starts on Sunday, I would have a 1-night orphan night, which would be Saturday the 24th, and the system will automatically block that day out. Look, here's a perfect example right here on the 10th. We had that exact situation. The system automatically grayed that night out from being available to book. Because it cannot, no one could fulfill the 2-night minimum required. So if I were in a situation like this, and for whatever reason I wanted to maximize revenue and take a chance for a 1-night booking, I would click on this particular date. Let's just say this was the 24th, and it was the only day available at this only time frame available. I would click on this date, select my rule set, go down to Orphan Night Weekend Lifted, and click save, and what that will do, it will unwind the system, which would allow a person to book a 1 single night on the weekend. So again, it allows me to change change small minute details within my listing on my calendar, I should say, without affecting the entire listing. Because the only other way that we were used to be able to do this, oh, am I going to be able to see the dates? Nope. The only way before we were able to do this is if we went into the listing, took off the 2-night weekend requirement, let the guest book, and after their booking was confirmed, go back in and turn it back on. What a pain in the butt. So if we keep on going down, I'm so happy they've updated this, but if we keep going down the list, we see I do, in addition to that, have my green section. And these are my holiday sections, like my milestone holidays. So I have Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. So again, if you're using a pricing software, you can automatically program it to do this and it'll be hands off. But within Airbnb rule sets, you must, if you decide to add these, you must go in and edit them to reflect the correct days. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's open, Thanksgiving's easy because it's always the Thursday, right? But let's open Christmas. Let's click on Christmas and edit it. So with this, what I decided to do, just for this example, is say on Christmas, I don't want people to check in or check out. You can put whatever customization you want on it for Christmas and call it Christmas. But for us in our business, over the years, we've just decided, because the cleaners are off and we don't want to run around on Christmas Day trying to help people when we're trying to spend time with our own family, right? Just because the cleaners are off and the runners are off. So what you would have to do every single year for Christmas, New Year's, whatever other holiday that you have, you'd have to go in and update this, right? So let's say, let me pull up my calendar. This will be easier. This year, Christmas is going to be on Saturday. So what I would have to do, first of all, on the rule set, I would have to say guests cannot check in on Saturday, which is Christmas Day, and guests also cannot check out on Saturday, which is Christmas Day of this year based on the calendar, right? You guys see that, the 25th right here. You may even want to do the 24th as well, I don't know. But you can put both days. Guests can't check in, or let's say they can check in on Christmas Eve, but they can't check out Christmas Eve or Christmas because we give our cleaners a day off and it's just going to sit and blah, 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 blah. Whatever your logic may be. And you can go ahead and click save. I'm going to turn Friday off just in case I forget. Click save, and then the next step would be to, on your calendar, I know we can't see the dates up top, but I'm just going to go out, and let's just say I fast forward it and we're on Christmas, right? So let's just say these dates right here, I'm trying to get a good chunk, these dates right here are all Christmas Day, right? There we go. That's Christmas Day. So what I can do is highlight these, click on my rule set, scroll down, and click, where did it go? Christmas. And once I click save, it will not allow, and we are saying this is a Saturday, it will not allow anyone to check in or check out on that day because it is Christmas. So I'm going to hit the escape key because I don't want to change any of that. I don't want to set that on there. And yeah, that's how it works. And we'll just scroll back over to today, or what I think is today. There we go. Just because I can't see the calendar up top. Airbnb, fix it, please. Okay guys, so that's a deep dive into Airbnb's rule sets. This is, again, it'll allow you to help do those extra little customizations to your listing based on your calendar availability and all the things you want to change without having to go in and change the entire listing going forward. So the rule sets is definitely something I say look into if you're not using an external pricing software. If you are, there's a way that you can set these exact same things to just kick over and take care of in your internal or external pricing software. So that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, just like always, reach out to me, DM me, send me a message, whatever it is, get a hold of me, and I will definitely help you out and try to answer your question to the best of my ability. Until next time, bye guys.